obviously you had a long journey with this team, first-time All-Star this year. What does that overtime goal mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's my first, so, anytime, you're in the playoffs and watching it growing up, and to be able to, get a game winner, it's, pretty special. So, haven't really thought about it, or it hasn't really hit me yet that it happened, but, it's cool, and it's just obviously to go up 2-0, was important for our group.
Second row on the left.
Ed Green, Review Journal. Jonathan, can you talk about not only your goal, but the pass and kind of how it unfolded?
Yeah, it was just one of those part of our game plan, just a good forecheck, be able to recover. I think Barbie just put it down the wall, and Jack, as usual, just an amazing player. He has great vision, and throw it there in the middle. He kind of knew our forecheck routes, and I was just passing by, and I just had to put it in.
In the middle.
Chandler, Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Chandler, obviously scoring the overtime winner, it's pure emotion. But earlier in the game, you had the slashing penalty, you had the cross-checking penalty. Was getting that one also kind of a little bit of redemption from what may have been a couple of tough penalties for you too?
Yeah. I think just obviously, emotion. Third round, the more it goes on, the more emotion there is, and there's obviously, the pace is picked up, and things happen quick, and obviously you need to keep my emotions a little bit more in check. Never want to give a team with a good power play 2 opportunities. So it was obviously nice to finish it off with that, I guess, if that's what the question was.
Left side.
Ryan Clark, ESPN. Jonathan, when you look at what this team has done in overtime, what's it been about overtime in these playoffs that's allowed you to have success, but especially in a series like this where like the margins are so thin that you could be up 0-2, tied at 1-1, or down at 0-2?
Yeah, definitely they're tight games, and we know the kind of team Dallas was, and they're a team that always keeps it tight as well. So I just think that we're a veteran group. We know how to handle those situations, and we know that everybody's first shift is important and sets the momentum in the overtime. And lucky enough, Chandler's line was able to get those 2 overtime goals there. So we did it early in the overtime, and it just shows how much a relentless team that we are, and definitely fits in our identity as a team.
Third row in the middle.
Nice
Jonathan, Alan Snow with LVSportsBiz.com. As an original misfit, you kind of have a long view of the franchise in its 6 years, and I'm wondering, does this particular year kind of stand out as a little different in the sense that you guys are pulling out these razor-thin wins, really clutch plays? Is there something in your gut that tells you this year might be a little different than prior years?
This year we have the best team we ever had, I think. But not only on paper, we just have the way we play. I think that's the biggest thing, and we're playing good hockey right now. But, I mean, if you guys remember the first year, no one thought we were going to win against Winnipeg in semifinals, and we won. And we thought that we hit our stride there, and we won the first game in the final, and we lose 4 in a row. So there's so much more work to do. I don't want to think too far ahead. I think it's one of those things that kind of slip away from us that year. And I know that I learned from my mistakes from that year, and you want to take it one game at a time. I don't want to think too far. Right now my head is in Game 3 in Dallas, and we'll take it from there.
Right side up front.
Jesse Granger at The Athletic for Jonathan. Aiden Hill was put into a difficult spot being thrown into these playoffs, and he just seems so calm in there from the outside. What do you see from him in the game and his demeanor, and kind of how does that spread to the rest of the team?
I mean, he's been great, and honestly, in the past few years, it's good when you have 2 good goalies. We're lucky enough that we have 4, right? So it's quite remarkable that we have like guys like that and step up and just do the job. Like you think of Brossois, and played half the year in the AHL, comes in and he wins the first round for us, So and Hiller comes in and he does great in the second round, and he just keeps going right now. So, I mean, we have a little bit more this year mentality of next man in, and just keep it rolling. And I think whoever is in the lineup, whoever is in between the pipes, it doesn't matter. Our identity as a team is the same, and we're gonna just be a hard-working team and play in our structure.
Left side, third row.
Mark Anderson, AP. Chandler, you guys have 8 comeback wins. When you face adversity in a game, is just a belief. There's a belief in the team that you guys are going to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, I think that just is the experience that we have, and guys that have won before. So, obviously it wasn't our best game. We weren't too happy with it, but obviously once Marchie scored, it just kind of brought a lot of life to us. And yeah, the crowd was into it. Everybody just kind of into it, and I mean Stoney rung one off the post right after that. So. I mean, after, that one, it was kind of like, all right, we're back in this. And, I think we just have that belief that, we're not going to lose. And I think we want to have that belief. And, I mean, it was obviously a huge goal for March to get, and just kind of, brought everybody a little bit more life.
We have time for 2 more questions, and then we'll do one in French for Jonathan up front.
Ben Gauss, Las Vegas Regional. Chandler, looked like Mark saved that puck for you. Have you thought about where that one's going yet?
Probably for the little guy. It's his birthday tomorrow, so probably go in his room somewhere.
Second row in the middle.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Jonathan, just I think through 2 periods, you guys had 10 shots on goal, maybe 25 attempts. What changed in terms of the third period and how you guys were able to just start to generate a little bit more?
Yeah, we weren't necessarily satisfied with our 2 first period. I think it was disappointing for our group, but I mean, we're just 1 shot away to tie it up. So we know that if we got to our game in the third period and just play in our game, our strength, we were able to come back in that game, and I think we dominated the third period. And I think it's one of those things, like I think Jack said it, between the second and third, it's like it's not because we're playing a bad game that we cannot find a way to win a hockey game, and that's one of those things tonight that we did. I don't think we played great, but good teams at that time of the year, it doesn't matter. You find a way to win a hockey game, and tonight we were winners.